Hi everyone. This is part two of the ritual that I did yesterday. Truth and justice for that's hot. Truth and justice for the masculine, and abundance all around, and healing and love with the goddess Freya and the god Freyr. For those of you that watched the video I posted last night, I'll just give you a quick update on how the candles are going, what they're doing, before I move on to discussing what your feminine soulmate or twin flame is thinking, feeling, what we're wanting. I'm going to start off with a discussion that's probably going to go on for at least half an hour. I primarily channel, so I do recommend tuning into that discussion because I'm going to be talking about my own experiences, some of the things I've experienced with my twin flame, and also some of the things that I've seen other female twin flames, or just those in feminine energy experiencing recently. And so I'm just going to talk about where we're at, what we're feeling, what we're thinking, what direction we're heading in, what we're wanting right now. I wanted to do a video that was specifically for men, or for just for those in masculine energy. You can be someone who identifies as a man. You could be, if you're a lesbian couple or a gay people, or a gay person. It's just the person that that is in tune with right now. So please don't get too caught up on semantics. It's really, this reading is just for a collective group of people. It's for the people that are currently resonating with this energy, if you're drawn to this video. So to get started, I'm going to go ahead and show you what's going on with the candles. 1 minute. So they're burning really well. I don't know if you can see that, but the wax, I could take that to mean, well, the wax is blending in together, which I feel like that's a really great sign. It's these two concepts, two ideals are merging together. Let me put this back here. If I were to interpret it by the book, I could say, the blue candle, the wax is flowing to the left, which is about past events. So, and since this was a truth or justice spell, I would say this as the masculines that are watching this, getting some justice in a situation that that maybe wasn't resolved before, and now things are coming to light, and they're finally finding justice. Maybe if there was some illusion around them for a long period of time, things are finally becoming clear. They're finally receiving truth in a situation. And then the pink candle, the wax is flowing to the right. In both these candles, the wax is flowing clockwise, so it is bringing something in. It is bringing enlightenment and clarity and truth and healing and love and all these positive things. So it is bringing something in. It's a really good sign. And the wax on the pink candle is flowing to the right, which is current and future events. So basically, the masculine is coming to this place of love and healing. They're embracing their softer side. They're becoming more intuitive. They're balancing. They're finally finding. I feel like a lot of the masculines have been really out of balance. They've come from a very, very masculine place, and they're starting to find this balance between masculine and feminine qualities. They're finally starting to merge, the best of both worlds. So that's great. If I were to just intuitively interpret the candle wax, which I usually prefer to do, just looking at the flame, looking at how bright it is, seeing how it feels, just tuning into the energy, I'd say it looks great right now. It looks just very pure, very high vibrational. I think it's really great that the wax is merging together. I think that it's great that they're both moving clockwise. And if I'm, not going off book definitions, but just intuitively interpreting it, I feel like, see, the pink wax is kind of, it's going back. It's almost, it's not quite in alignment with the blue wax. It's just going back just a little bit. And I take that to mean, well, two different things. For one thing, that he's healing and releasing from things from his past, maybe karmic partners, maybe just past pain, things that he's finally starting to do the healing work and getting in touch with his softer side and allowing these emotions to come out. And I also see it as, the feminine is behind him. She's his backbone. She's supporting him right now. She's sending him this loving, healing energy. This could be through rituals, spells. It could just be her intentions. It could be meditation. It could be something that she's not even conscious of, that she's just doing telepathically in the astral realm in her dreams. But she's sending the masculine this very strong, very pure, just healing energy, love, just good intentions for him. So that's how I take the candles. They're going great. They look really good, especially I mean last night they were going well too, but I feel like I'll have to compare the two videos later, but I feel like they're actually even brighter and stronger now than they were last night when I was doing the video. All right, let's get into the reading. So I'm going to start by discussing some of my own experiences with my twin flame, but of course leaving his name out, leaving, a few personal details out, of course. Um, I'm sure no one here even knows who he is, so I guess it doesn't matter, but I'm going to be channeling as I have this discussion, and I'm also going to be talking about, just from talking to other, female or, those in feminine energy, if it's a male-male relationship, whoever's in the feminine energy. I'm just going to be talking about my experiences and what I'm seeing other women experiencing at the same time and where we're at. I'm going to timestamp it below. So the first part is the discussion. After that, I'm going to be pulling some cards as well. We know that you're doing your healing work. We know that you're doing shadow work right now. We know that many of you this past month, especially with Mercury retrograde, that was very heavy energy. Everyone's finances took a toll, and we know that many of you had your tower moment, which is, the Tower Tarot card, where, things just came crashing down on you, where some of you might have switched jobs, or you might have, even lost your job, or you might be moving to a new location. There's just major life changes with you guys right now. And I feel like, as harsh as that was, I feel like it was sort of necessary. I feel like the tower moment that you guys just experienced was necessary for many of you to push you out of that stagnant energy, because honestly, we love you very much, and we're holding space for you, and we see the man that you are. We see who you really are. We know that. We accept you with all your good qualities, all your bad qualities. We accept you just as you are. And we're really proud of you for doing this healing work finally. And, as harsh as it is that, you had to have that tower moment to make it happen, that you had to have these drastic overnight life changes back around March. I feel like it was divine intervention. It was the gods and goddesses, the angels, spirit animals, spirit guides, whoever it is you work with. I feel like it was necessary, because we were going around and around in circles with you guys, because things just weren't moving. They weren't flowing. Things were just stagnant. There were many twin flames that were just out of contact for, physically and also just astrally, spiritually, just barely connecting for months and months at a time. And just the pride and the fear and these ego issues, we were just going around and around in circles. And so I feel like, as harsh and as painful as these life changes might be, and I don't know what everyone's going through, but just from what I've channeled, I can sense a lot of heavy energy around the masculines right now. But again, I really feel like this was divine intervention. Like, it just, these overnight life changes just needed to take place, because you were staying stagnant. You were staying around the same toxic people, staying with the same karmic partners, staying around things that were just not good for your soul. And I know the divine feminines, we protect you astrally. We do healing work on you astrally, and it's exhausting for us too. To keep going through those patterns. And so I feel like our guides just kind of took over and stepped up and gave this masculine a huge push forward, like just a huge shove out of his comfort zone, um, to get him to end soul contracts with toxic people, and to get him to let go of old jobs that weren't getting him anywhere, that, where there was no chance to move up in his career. Um, some of you may have even had, lower vibrational forces that were around you, just lower spirits, just being in these stagnant, toxic situations where, just going around and around in circles on this merry-go-round. And so, as harsh as it is, I'm glad that our guides are stepping in and pushing the masculine out of their comfort zone, and pushing him forward. And, I just want to say, on behalf of all feminines, like, we are very proud of you for going through this. We're proud of you for stepping out of your comfort zone. Even if you were shoved to do it, we're still proud of you, because we can feel that you're doing the healing work now. Like, we can feel that energetic shift that's taken place. I'd say, I mean, for some twins, timelines are always different for all twins, but I'd say for a lot of us, it's been the past month or two that these huge life changes have taken place. And we can feel you doing the healing work. We can feel you allowing yourself to be vulnerable finally, and we can feel you just doing the shadow work, and being introspective, and meditating, and going inward, and looking at your past, looking at, old familiar patterns, things that, that have been repeating in your life that you want to finally let go of. And it's 12:12 as I'm recording this right now. So yeah, we feel that healing energy. We feel the shadow work you're doing. And we're very proud of you for it. I can feel a lot of the masculines I feel like are crying right now, and that's beautiful. That's amazing that you're finally embracing this feminine side of yourself. You're embracing your romantic and vulnerable and soft side. You're just allowing yourselves to be human finally. You're allowing yourselves to just feel whatever it is that you feel, whatever comes up, and you're allowing yourselves to cry finally, to embrace these emotions, to do this healing work. I feel like a lot of awakened twins, like when twins meet, they both go through that awakening process. I went through that with my twin flame. It was what I experienced right after meeting him was absolutely crazy. Like, I started going into trances the day I met him, and those trances got stronger and stronger. And the awakening process for me, which, maybe I'll go into the video later, maybe some other video, but the awakening process for me was just so heavy and so intense, and my third eye was just blasted open. Like, meeting my twin flame marked a before and after process for me. Like, my life changed so drastically. I changed so drastically. I tapped into my soul. I remembered my past lives, and I merged them with my current life, and started drawing on that past life power and knowledge. But anyway, I mean, I know that, but anyway, like, I know when twins meet, there's that awakening process, and there's a lot of healing work that has to be done. And I feel like a lot of feminine twins kind of accepted that healing process before the masculine ones did. Meaning, when this stuff came out to be healed, we tried to heal it. We were in touch with our emotions. We allowed it. But I feel like for the masculines, that kind of emotion, the past life memories, all of it, I feel like it can be very overwhelming. It's very unfamiliar. And so we understand. We know that that's not what you're used to. We know it's scary for you at first. Um, but I just feel like a lot of feminine twins get through their awakening process before the masculine does, because, the masculines kind of fight the healing process a little bit. They kind of fight to hold on to the past a little bit more. I feel like, not in all cases, of course, each masculine is different. Um, but I feel like, a lot of them do hold on to the past just a little bit more. They kind of fight the healing process just a little bit, try to stay in their comfort zone just a little bit. So I feel like it does take them a lot longer, which is I think part of the disconnect, and part of the lack of patience you might be picking up from your feminine. It's just part of it, just being on different paths, even though we're both doing the healing work at the same time. But this past month, we're mirroring each other more than ever. We really are. I feel like I know what my twin is thinking and feeling. I'm seeing him in my dreams. We're telepathically communicating all the time, and we're transmuting a lot for the masculine right now too, because the masculine energy is, again, with this tower moment that he just experienced, these drastic life changes, there was a lot of heavy energy around him, a lot of just a lot coming into the surface at once. But I feel like things just weren't really acknowledged. The experiences, the pain, all of it was just kind of buried, and it just, there was this lack of balance between the masculine and the feminine energies inside of him. And so I feel like things just kind of blew up. I feel like this emotion, this energy, this psychic ability, all of it was just not being acknowledged for too long. And I feel like everything just kind of exploded on him all at once. And I sense a lot of pain with my own DM and just with others as well, is that there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of heavy energy. And, on behalf of the feminines, we do, just talking to them and from my own experiences, we do just want to say, like, we're really, really proud of you for doing this healing work. Um, we know that it can be harder for men to embrace these kind of emotions, especially, knowing someone for centuries and centuries, like having that kind of, the kind of relationships that you have with twin flames and soulmates, the past life memories, like it's as deep as love can get. That's as deep as it gets. And we know that a lot of men have been conditioned by society to not embrace their softer side and to not let their feelings show. And so we totally understand that, when you first meet us and even like the months that follow, that it really is hard for you to get past societal conditioning and accept this kind of relationship, because it's just so deep and it's so real and raw and emotional and just pure and life changing. And so we totally understand your fear. We understand that healing has been hard for you in the past. We understand that you haven't really been with women like us. You haven't experienced, like, maybe you've been with soulmates, but you haven't really experienced this type of relationship quite as intensely before. We know that we're out of your comfort zone. We know that we're not quite what you're used to. We know the whole relationship and everything that goes with it. The whole awakening process is very heavy for you, and it's very confusing at first, and that it's something that that is just, very unfamiliar, and that it does bring up old wounds. It does bring up pain. It does call for you to step up and to be a king, to merge, your masculine and feminine qualities together in such an intense, passionate way, to be authentic, to be real, to be vulnerable, to be romantic, to really fully open your heart. Like, we understand that societal conditioning and just, the way that men are brought up, that it can be difficult for them to learn how to fully be open their heart. And like twin flame and soulmate relationships too, it's a whole nother level of love and vulnerability and romance and passion and compassion for each other. And we know that sometimes it takes you guys a little bit to get to that point where you feel safe opening your heart up to us. And we know it's 222 right now. We know that a lot of these relationships require they require you to love in a different way, to love in a more vulnerable, more open, more pure way. These relationships are very soul based. They're not like, of course, the ego and soul have to be balanced. You can't have one without the other. You have to balance the two. But I feel like these relationships are very soul based, meaning they're very romantic. They're very open, very honest, very just real and raw and beautiful and pure. And it's just something that again might be unfamiliar for you. But we see you trying to get past societal conditioning now. We see you with this tower moment, even if it was divine intervention and you were pushed into it, we still see that you're going with it, that you're doing the shadow work. We see that you're redefining yourself and becoming the kind of men that you want to be. You're really looking at things honestly finally. You're allowing yourself to cry finally. And that's just a great thing. And we're really proud of you for doing this. We're really glad. We're just so happy, I think. So many of us are just really happy that things aren't stagnant. Things are, at least, even if things are messy, things are at least moving. Things are finally flowing again. That energy is flowing again, and we're going forward together. For those masculines that have reached out, because communication is coming in, and we're all aware of it. The feminines are very much aware of it, that you guys are going to be reaching out and communicating. Um, and even if you make like the smallest gesture, even if you just say hi, how was your day? We see you trying. You know what I mean? Like, we just, if you come in with this huge apology and this beautiful love letter, of course we're gonna love it. But for so many of us, we've been out of contact for so long that if you just say hi, how's your day? If you just make some sort of effort, just something in the physical world, it really makes all the difference. And we're going to be patient with you. We know that it can be hard for you to come forward like this. We know that there's things that you want to say to us that are really hard for you to say right now. But we just want you to say them. We want some sort of communication in the physical world. Finally, we want to get things moving. So again, just if you're a masculine watching this, even if you just say hi, how's your day, it really does make all the difference to us. And a bit about my own twin flame, which I probably shouldn't go too much into, but when I met him, there were people that were doing black magic on him. I found out about it. There was a mother figure around him that was basically just, she was doing black magic on him. She was doing some pretty horrible things. And my third eye blasted open after I met him too. So I became, I started telepathically communicating with him all the time. I started, channeling, among other things, going into trances, whatever else. And I picked up on her doing this black magic, and I went up against her. And it was a really long, messy psychic battle that lasted for months, where we were just doing witchcraft on each other back and forth. And eventually, I don't know what's going on right now, but I believe that eventually he did cut ties with her and go his separate ways with her. So he finally, moved through that energy and let that energy vampire go, and left that in the past. But at the end of the battle, there was just so much. She was so good at like chaos and confusion spells that she had him tricked into thinking that I was the one doing black magic on him. So even though they did part ways eventually, because he did stand up to her sooner or later, there was still some brainwashing there, that she had him convinced that I had done these black magic spells on him, when in reality I was just doing spell work. I was doing spell work to protect him. Like, I was doing some like reconciliation and road opening spells, but nothing to ever force him to feel something he didn't feel. I was doing some like light spells to just go off the energy and the love that was already there, and try to clear the road for us. But most of the spells I did for him were protection spells, and truth and justice spells, and reversing spells on her because she was doing so much shit to him. And healing spells, and just things to help him stand up, to help him be confident and move past that. And he did. But at the end of all of it, there was just a lot of damage that she had done astrally, and just all the confusion spells that she did. And she had him convinced that I did black magic on him too, and I didn't do anything like that to him. And lately, so sorry, I have a point to this. I'm not just randomly rambling. Lately, I've picked up that I had a dream about Odin, and I feel like Odin told him that I'm not doing black magic on him, that I am trustworthy. And I've tried to tell him too, like, it's been hard to get a hold of him, but I've been trying to tell him, like, you can pick up on my energy. Like you can feel me out and you'll know. Like I'll show you whatever you want to see. Like that's what I think a lot of male twins don't really understand. Like we'll let you know whatever you want to know. We'll show you what you want to what you want to see. Like if there's something you want to know about us, if there's something like energy you want to tune into, if there's whatever, like we don't have secrets. You can ask us. Like you can ask us and we'll be honest and forward with you. You just have to have the confidence to come forward and ask us for truth. Ask us. Feel our energy out. But anyway, so I feel like Odin told him the truth about everything. And I feel like, this past month or two, I feel like has shifted major. Like something really has shifted again. We're astrally and telepathically communicating again. And I feel like he finally knows that I didn't do anything to hurt or control him. Like I think he finally gets it that, my intentions were of love. My intentions were for his healing, for strength, for him to get in, better, healthier situations than he was in that environment. And just protection for him. And I had all these good intentions for him. I still do have these really good intentions for him. And and I know he knows the truth now. Like we're not in physical contact, but telepathically we're always communicating. And I know he knows the truth. But I feel like there's this fear and this pride and this stubbornness that stops him from reaching out to me and saying something. And I've noticed that a lot with a lot of the feminine twins and the masculine twins, that there is just this pride and fear and stubbornness that the masculine still has. And to be honest, a lot of us are really struggling to be patient. We're holding space for you. We're always holding space for you. We're always sending you healing energy. We're always sending you love. Um, we're always trying to help you as much as we can. We always want to be there for you. We want to be your rock. We want to hold you and we want you to hold us. We want to be close to you. We want to support you. We want, just open honesty with you and we want to help you get through this. But we are struggling quite a bit to really be patient, because the twin flame, right? It's a roller coaster. And last year I was in such strong telepathic communication with my twin flame that there were moments when I heard him like on his way home saying, I did some sort of like truth spell to get the people at this shop that he was working at to see that it was his energy, his light. I think that he denies his light, but it's he has dark and light, of course, we all do. But I think he's a much better person than he realizes he is. But anyway, I was doing a spell, on the shop to get people in there to realize that it was his energy drawing them in. He's a leader. He's very empathetic. Um, and I did this spell and I heard him, saying like, I'm gonna call you when I get home. Like our telepathic communication was that strong for a while where I was like, is this, I didn't always know if it was conscious or if it was him, what it was, but our telepathic communication was just so strong for a while. But it's like, he didn't call me when he got home. He put it off and he went to sleep. And there were periods where I was just channeling and I felt any minute he was going to call me or he was going to message me, like a message me on Facebook. Or I'd get these timelines where it would say, like okay, end of August he's coming back, or he just has this one battle he's getting through by himself right now, and after that he's coming back, and it was just this very painful, endless cycle of waiting, of constantly, thinking he's almost here, and when I got to that point where he was supposedly going to come back or message me, or where he was telepathically communicating and saying, okay, it's time, let's do this, he just didn't. There was no communication in the physical world. And I even experienced that like a couple nights ago where I got woken up with telepathic communication with him, and I thought maybe finally he was going to message me in the physical world, but he hasn't yet. And There are a lot of feminine twins that are really struggling this with us right now because we're really trying to be patient with you. And again, please don't take this personally because I know that each masculine is in different energy. I mean, I think that there's a collective group of masculines that are probably in this energy right now, of course, especially if you're watching this video. And this is like the majority of masculines I'd say are in this energy, but I know it's not all of you. I know everyone's different. But that roller coaster ride is extremely painful. It really is hard for us. It's been a year for me since I met him, and for others though, it's years and years. It's I've seen twin flames, wait for decades, and where the feminines are at right now is we're really out of patience right now, and we're struggling to find that balance to ground and to still be patient, but it's the stagnant energy, the loneliness that we feel being away from you has just gotten to be too much, where it's really hard for us to keep having that patience unless you step forward and communicate in the physical world. Now, I know that, well, like I said, a lot of you are doing so much healing work, and we really are. We're so proud of, we're so happy that like things are moving. We're just so happy that things aren't stagnant, and we're really proud of you for everything that you're doing right now. We can feel it. And most of us channel. Most of the feminines really are psychic, and we do channel, and the majority of us know that you have secrets. And I think what we want to say is that some of those secrets aren't actually secret because, we might have sometimes people in the community come forward just to say things, and that's, synchronicity, and the majority of the time it's just telepathic communication. Like I've picked up on quite a few of my twin flame secrets without meaning to, just dark things that he was doing, or that he is, or, that he's done in the past, maybe even currently. um I know for many twin flames that I've channeled, the masculine is drinking right now. That seems to be really heavy. That's a very common theme right now, is the masculine, because he's going through this messy healing process, and everything that he's suppressed is just coming to the surface and exploding out. And so he's going through this healing process, finally. And so there's a lot of drinking right now, and drug use, and just heavy energy around him right now. And there are mental health issues too. I think that the twins might feel like we don't know about, that we do know about. And I think what we want to collectively tell you is the time is now to come forward. Um, like if with twin flames, like we've known you for centuries. Like we've been in our past lives with you. Like we already know all your good and all your bad. We know, we're familiar with the darkness that's inside of you. The darkness that's really like like you, that's like a genuine just part of that balance of dark and light inside of you. Um like we're familiar with it already. Like you're familiar to us. Your soul is familiar to us. We've known you, most or all of our lives. And we know that light inside of you as well. Even when you have a hard time seeing it, we still see that light inside of you. And we see the balance. We see both. We see your good qualities, we see your bad qualities. We just see who you really are. We know you. And you know, when we've gotten through so much together in our past lives, like when we've fought battles together and we've gone through so much together, it's like you should we would hope that you would know by now that we are solid support in your life, that we're solid, that we have your back. We would hope that after everything we've gone through with you in our past lives, that you would know by now that we're through the good and the bad, we're gonna stick it out. We're going to be here. But many of us are, we hold space for you now, but many of us have stopped waiting. We've stopped putting our lives on hold because that the pride and the fear that was getting in the way, it's too much. And myself and many other feminines, we're really struggling to be patient right now. And I think that like the biggest thing we want right now is just finally some communication in the physical world, because the astral communication, the telepathic communication, showing up in each other's dreams, it's beautiful. It's amazing. Like the synchronicity that we experience on a daily basis when you're around, the feeling that we get in our chest when you're around, it's absolutely amazing and beautiful, but it doesn't compensate for not having that physical connection. Like if there's things that I want to tell my twin, I can't telepathically communicate all of them. I can't do that the same way I can with words in the physical realm. And so that's just where we're at, where many of us have been waiting, a year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years even, and we can't wait anymore. We can't keep doing this. And we want you to come forward. We want you to just reach out in the physical world. We want you to let go of pride and fear, and understand that the pride and the fear is just, it's unfounded. There's nothing to be afraid of. It's just unfamiliar. It's out of your comfort zone, but there's nothing scary about it. These relationships are very pure, very deep, very real. This is true love, and it's something that you can trust. So where many of us are at is we need some communication in the physical world. And I know that so many twins will twin flame readers will tell you, you're masculine, and you need to be whole and perfect and ego free and shoot love and light rainbows out of your ass before you guys can come together. And I think that that's unrealistic, because we are human and we are here on earth to be human, to cry, to be vulnerable, to be angry sometimes, to feel all the good and bad human emotions and experiences. That is part of our life here. And so no, you don't have to be this perfect love and light being to come back into union with your divine feminines. Same for us, we don't need to come to you perfect and emotionless and detached from, the supposed bad emotions. Like I just feel like that's something that the twin flame community is, it's just too played out, where twins are told that they have to be perfect. They have to do this and that, and they have to be in this completely stable state financially, love wise, career wise, just in every aspect of their life. And I just think it's so unrealistic, because, like I said, we're human, and no one is ever going to 100% have their shit together. Like we're always, there's always going to be something to heal. There's always going to be something that we have to work on, whether it's finances, career, love. There's going to be something there. Like no one's ever. It's like the end scene of Garden State, where what's his, I don't remember his name, but he goes back to Natalie Portman after he's left and told her goodbye, and that he has to get his life together, and he has to do this and that before they can be together. And he just comes back when she's crying, and he's like, this is life. Like this is all we have right here, right now. This is real. Like I don't want to waste any more of my life without you in it. And the divine feminines, just, we really want you at that place finally. We that would mean everything to us, for you to stop procrastinating, stop being afraid, stop holding on to pride and pain from past relationships, and just trust this connection finally, even if it's messy, even if you don't understand everything right now. Just just show up for us, just show up for us finally. I think a lot of the divine masculines see their twin flame, female counterparts, or feminine counterparts, if it's gay lesbian relationship. um they see these feminine counterparts as these, like, fragile little flowers. And don't get me wrong, like when I was with my twin flame, like I felt very in my feminine energy. Like I felt very soft, very feminine, very loving, very empathetic. Like he brought out the best in me. He really just that night, like that we spent together, like I felt like I was just very soft and I was very open with him and I was amazed how quickly I trusted him. Um, but my point is, a lot of the masculines I think see us as these fragile little flowers and they think that we haven't had these rough dark pasts that they've had, and I wish my twin flame and other male twin flames too would understand, like, we have the same rough dark histories and past that you have. We've had the same traumas, the mental health issues, the issues with alcohol, the darkness, being someone we're not, like having lower entities around us in the past. Like we've been there. We've had rough childhood. We've had to survive on the streets. We've had or you know what I mean by on the streets. It's just we've had to survive. We've had to raise ourselves. We've been through a lot, and I think a lot of we just wish that a lot of the masculines would understand this, because I think that if they did understand this, and if they understood also just that we've been together in most or all our past lives, and so we already understand and know their darkness and their light, and we embrace both and we accept both. We accept everything about them that makes them who they are. They do not need to be perfect for us. And I think if more of the masculines just finally understood this, finally understood that we are mentally as strong as them, we do have the same rough past life and current life experiences. We do, we are just a lot stronger and we have a lot more depth than I think that a lot of them realize. And I feel like if the men did realize this, it might make it a little bit easier to come forward, because I feel like many of you are just you're how do I even describe it? We just want you to stop procrastinating. We want you to stop um feeling like you just have to be in this perfect state to come to us. We want you to just come as you are. I think that many of you have secrets right now. For some of you, it's karmic partners. It's even pregnancy for some. Um, there could be battles with, like, the in the court system. There could be some issues with law. Um, there could be some black magic that you are or that you weren't into. There's definitely that. I think, like, that's for like a few, but I feel like for the collective, there's definitely alcohol involved right now, partying, maybe drugs too, and just a lot of mental health issues, a lot of financial issues, just some chaos right now. And we just wish that you would let us in. We wish that you would realize that we can get through this together. We can support each other through this. And we just want some sort of communication in the physical world finally, because the telepathic communication, it's just, especially with the roller coasters, thinking you're going to reach out and then having you not do it, it's so painful and it's so hard to get back on that roller coaster. And we just need some sort of communication in the physical world finally. We need you to know, you don't need to be perfect to come forward. Like, we're human, we're always going to be healing, there's always going to be work to do. But the time is now to reach out. To me, the awakening process isn't so much about, like, love and light and being this perfect ego-free being. To me, the awakening process is about being who you really are. And I was a Viking in my past life. I've had Celtic past lives, Egyptian. I've had so many past lives, and I've done some pretty bad things in a lot of them. And to me, the awakening process is just, it's merging all of that. It's stepping into your true power. It's merging your past lives with your current life. It's becoming who you really are. And that's sometimes that's I mean, it's just, it's not this power. It's not this positive thinking, love and light being. Not to me. It's being raw. It's being vulnerable. It's being honest. It's just being who you really are. merging the good and the bad, just stepping into this raw power, just being honest, just living from an authentic place, saying what you feel, living by who you are and what you feel, having integrity. And that's the awakening process to me is just it's about that. It's not about positive thinking. It's not about love and light and being perfect. It's I think more about being human. It's about being our true selves. It's about like bringing that authenticity and rawness into the world. Um, and so not to ramble too much about that, but just where the feminines are at is just we can't do the roller coaster anymore. We love you so much, and even the ones that aren't waiting, even the ones that have stopped waiting and are, have just held space for you, like we're still holding, they're still holding the space for you. They still have love for you. They still want the best for you. They're still holding that space and room for you in their life. So please, if you're a masculine watching this and you feel your feminine communicating, reaching out, like please reach out to her if she's been trying and you've been ignoring her, putting it on the side because it hurts us so much more than you realize. It really does. Um, the lack of communication is really hard. There are just things that I want to talk to my twin flame in the physical about, things that I want to say in the physical, love that I want to express for him in the physical. The astral travel, it's beautiful in the first part of the awakening, but once you've been waiting a year or 2 years, however long, like it's not as beautiful anymore because it's just kind of painful because it's like, I don't want to just have this telepathic astral relationship with somebody. I want to have a real relationship. I want to have someone here who's going to cuddle with me and talk to me and lead with me and practice witchcraft with me, go out and do things with me, go hiking, collect herbs with me, watch movies with me, stay in bed with me, just all of that. Like we want real relationships. We need physical interaction, and it's gotten really hard for us to continue having this patience and faith if with all this stagnant energy that's been going on, and just this roller coaster ride where we think you're going to reach out but you don't. And this past month we do feel that huge energetic shift. We feel you doing the shadow and the healing work, and we're really proud of you, and we want to be there for you through it. We want to be there for you through it. We want you to understand that there is no reason for you to do this alone. And for the many masculines that also, I think I mentioned this quite a few times, but the many masculines that have these dark secrets and these dark pasts, and they might have done something regarding their twin flame too, or their soulmate, that they're scared to come forward. They're scared of rejection. Like we've already channeled this. We've already picked up on a lot of these secrets. We already know. We've already at the very least felt it. If there's certain things that we don't fully know yet, we've at the very least felt this energy. Like we know that you have dark secrets. We know you have a dark past. And it's okay. It's human. It's totally normal. It is fine. Um, we finally need things to get moving and get flowing in the physical world. And I feel that like especially with my twin flame because telepathically, like on his spirit loves me, and like we have a very deep, very connected relationship in the astral realm for sure, and I know that. And his spirit comes in, and I know his spirit loves me, but consciously, I don't. I mean, I feel like he's conscious of a lot of this. I feel like he finally knows the truth. I'm pretty sure he does know he's my twin flame, but consciously we're not talking. He's got me blocked. A lot of male twin flames have their counterpart blocked. Um and so it is really painful, and it is really hard for us at some points because I'm like, is his spirit communicating with me? Is he conscious of this? Does he actually consciously love me? Does he actually consciously want me? Like this is some of the stuff that goes through the feminine's head is just do you guys actually consciously want us? Are you actually deliberately telepathically communicating with us? Are you meditating? Are you laying down at night and having these dreams about us and remembering them in the morning? Or is this all just – telepathic astral connection? And, And I think that's built, brought up some insecurities in us too, where it's like, we'd really like some clarification that you're actually conscious of all this, that you're conscious of the telepathic communication. And we want you to stop clinging to what other people expect for you, and start stepping up and being these kings, matching our energy, matching that vulnerability, that love, and start making these decisions for yourself regardless of what anybody else thinks about it. Like, realize that this telepathic communication, this deep soul bond is real. Embrace it, and let us know that. Let us know that you're actually consciously aware, that you're consciously doing this, because sometimes it really is difficult for us to tell what you're doing consciously versus what your soul is doing. Like, I know my twin flame loves me on a soul level. I don't know whether or not he loves me consciously. I feel like he does, but it's really hard for me to say for sure. I think he does, though. But we just, where the feminine is at is we can't keep just having these astral telepathic relationships. We need physical world relationships too. A lot of us feel very alone, and a lot of us have gone through a lot alone. We've had a lot of like really painful experiences alone, and we need, we don't want to keep being alone any longer than we already have been. We want a real physical world relationship. We want to date. We want someone who's going to be here in the physical world, and we're really hoping that that's you. We really are. We're holding space for you, and we're trying our best to be patient with you after everything. But a lot of soulmates are coming in right now, and it's really really sad for divine masculine and divine feminine twin flames, because I feel like the powers that be are just kind of saying, hey, like, this person they didn't claim you. They didn't step up for you. They didn't, let you know that they recognized you. They didn't claim you as theirs, and we don't want you to be alone anymore. And here's this soulmate. Like, I know that the god Thor, I'm very close to the god Thor, and I know that he's pushing my twin flame right now. I can feel him doing that. But I also know that if my twin flame doesn't, make some sort of effort finally, even just a hi, how are you doing? Just something in the physical world, just to let me know that he cares, that he's actually aware of what's going on right now, just some sort of physical contact. Like, I know if that doesn't come in the near future, my guides are bringing me a soulmate this year that is going to be emotionally available, and and just show up for me, and just be here for me. Someone that I can cry in front of, someone that's going to hold me when I'm crying, someone who's going to be protective of me and be there for me and get through things together with me. And I love my twin flame so much, and I'm hoping that it's him. I really am, because I love him. I remember him from all our past lives. Like, I've known and loved this man for centuries and centuries, like thousands of years actually. And he's the person, he's the one, he's the person that I want to be with. He's definitely, even if he came to me and he was a complete mess right now, did not have anything together, like just drinking all the time, like homeless, whatever, like, if that happened, I would still accept him and embrace him. I would still, it wouldn't change my feelings one bit. I would not look down on him. I would want him just as much physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. I would want him just as much as I do as if he had his life together. Like, I want him the same. I love him the same. My love for him is unconditional. And, I think a lot of masculines need to get that. Like, our love for you is unconditional. We are not going to judge you for these things that you think we're going to judge you for. We're not going to judge you for them. I know that you have it. You're overplaying these negative situations in your head and overanalyzing, but we're really honestly not going to judge you for the things that you think we're going to judge you for. We get it. We've been there. We understand. We still want you. Even if you're a mess, we still want you. We just want some sort of physical world communication finally, even if things are messy. But the feminines have been through a lot, and they have been through so much loneliness, and I've been in some situations where I've just been really scared, and I just want him here. I just want that physical support, that protection. I want to just, like fall asleep in his arms and just be safe and know that I'm safe, know that I'm protected, know that I can be vulnerable, know that, I have someone here who's allowing me to be in my own feminine energy, someone who's going to, allow me to be vulnerable and be soft and cry if I want to cry, and just, be like protected by him. And so, I'm hoping that that's my twin flame, and so many of us are hoping that it's our twin flames that step up and and make an effort and show that you care in the physical world. Like I'm really hoping it's my twin flame, but like I said, and I keep saying so much synchronicity right now. It's 555 and it's 111. It's 111 as I'm recording this. I keep seeing these repeating numbers as I'm recording this, which might be signs for some of you. And it's time for the feminine to have love in the physical world. We have waited a long time for that. We waited a long time to find you when we met each other. We waited a long time to find you. And I mean, energetically, I had dreams about my twin flame 10 years before we met. Like energetically, telepathically, like we've always been in contact. This entire life since we were born, we've been telepathically in contact. And to find that person and to have them not recognize or lose or just to this just separation is just incredibly painful when you've been waiting that long to come into union. And it's okay to to want relationships. It's okay to want to be close to people. Like I'm sure that there's so many love and light positive thinkers that are gonna disagree with this and say, "Oh, it's a spiritual connection. It's fine to not know." Like we're human and we have human needs. We have human desires. We need we're programmed to need and want just closeness with people, close relationships, vulnerability, and it's okay to be human. It's okay to want those things. I don't care what anybody in the twin flame community says about how it's you don't need you like you it's a spiritual relationship, not a physical. No, we should have it all. It's spiritual, it's physical, it's astral, it's telepathic, it's everything. And we need to merge these things together and give equal importance to the physical realm, what happens in the physical realm. The astral realm is very, very important. I mean, it's maybe more important than the physical realm. Okay, but we need to merge these two. Both are important. We need both. We're human and we need human relationships. We want human relationships. It's normal to feel that loneliness when we don't have that. And a lot of the feminines are they're lonely right now. They we do feel alone. But we feel you telepathically communicating again, and that gives us so much hope. And we have faith in you, even after everything. We really do have faith in you. We do feel you right now. You are coming to us in our dreams. And we do have hope, and we're still holding that space for you and hoping that you come back. But like I said, there is astral intervention going on right now. Our guides, I know Thor is working for me. I'm sure probably for others too. Thor is probably doing some work for you guys as well. And also, angels, spirit guides, just whoever you connect with. There's a lot happening in the astral realm right now, and there are a lot of soulmates that are coming in for the divine feminines. Because for some twin flames, they've just, for the masculines, some of them have just refused to grow and refused to step up and refused to embrace this connection. And the feminines, we deserve love, we deserve a physical relationship, as well as a spiritual and mental and astral relationship. Like we deserve all of it. And so our guides are intervening and they are bringing in soulmates for many of us. And it is sad for a lot of the divine, for the masculine twin flames, it is sad that some of them won't might not step forward in time. I still want my twin flame. Like I know a soulmate is coming. I don't know the details, but I still want my twin flame. This is the man that I've been through hell and back with for centuries and centuries. This is the man that I love. This is the man that I want to be with, you know? Um, with all his darkness and light and his good and bad qualities, all of it. This is the man that I choose. This is the man that I want. But he's just got to step forward. He just has to step forward because as much as I love him and as much as the other, the feminine energy twins love their masculines, we can't do this forever. We can't wait forever. We can't be single for 10 years just hoping that this person finally gets it together and wakes up and loves us back and comes to us. We can't, we have too much self-confidence to do that to ourselves. We love ourselves too much to go through that. There's just too much of life to experience for us to spend the next 10 years waiting for you guys to get it together. Um, so that's just kind of where we're at, where, the divine energies, in the astral realm, the higher energies, the gods and goddesses, they're bringing in soulmates. They're pushing our twin flames forward. I feel like pushing them into like, you need to get it together. You need to do something finally. Like step into this Thor energy. Step into this strong, confident, raw, powerful, vulnerable, beautiful energy that Thor possesses. Um, like get it together. And the reality is, you know, at a certain point though this year, if you guys still haven't gotten it together, if there's still not at least some sort of physical contact, soulmates are going to be coming in for us and we are going to be giving them a chance because as much as we love you, we don't want to spend, the next 10 years alone. We don't. We're human. We want to have relationships. We want to go out and have fun with someone. We want to someone who's going to support us when we're going through our dark times, when we're going through depression or whatever else. We want someone who's going to give us back rubs and bring us cake when we're depressed. Like we want someone who's going to cuddle up in bed with us and watch movies with us when we just don't feel like being social. Like we need that balance. We need that support in the physical realm. And so, to my twin flame and to other masculine twin flames watching this, like, we love you and we really hope that you step forward now. Like, I want my twin flame. I choose my twin flame. That's the person that I want. But again, if I feel like it's going to be a roller coaster again, where I constantly feel like, oh, he's telepathically communicating and physically I feel him. I know he's going to reach out finally. He's going to say hi finally. It's tonight. It's this week. I can feel that energy coming. If it goes on another month, 2 months, where it's just that same cycle again and again, where I'm going up and down and there's no physical world communication, I am gonna have to move on as much as I can. You can never fully move on from your twin flame. There is no cutting and clearing your twin flame. We're always gonna be astrally connecting, but at a certain point, me and other divine feminines are going to go with these soulmates. Um, some of them already have, I feel, not all of us. Like I haven't even met this soulmate yet, but I know that some feminines have actually just let go of their masculines. Some of them just have said, enough is enough. I'm not doing it with the pride and the fear and the ego and the control issues and like I'm not doing it. I'm a very vulnerable, very powerful woman and I want to be loved. I want to be understood. I want to be seen. I want someone to think I'm, beautiful and amazing and see all these amazing qualities that I bring into the world. I want someone to have a physical relationship with me. I want to go out and do stuff. I want to go to concerts. I want to just someone who's going to be here. Um, and so that is where we're at. We're I'd say probably like I'm feeling like 20%. Let me see if that's right. Yeah, that's the number I'm getting. About 20% of the feminines they've met these soulmates and they're moving on. And About 80% of us are still wanting you back, still holding space for you. But again, that energy is shifting, and you guys really, I hate to be harsh because I know that it's not always the masculine's fault. There are plenty of feminines who have screwed up too. Trust me, there are plenty of feminines who have hurt you and who have done this and that. But that is just honestly where we're at. Where you know we can't do the roller coaster. We can't spend our lives alone. We can't spend our lives waiting. We can't have our lives on hold for you. Um, we can't keep dealing with the embarrassment that comes, telling our friends like, "Hey, he really does love me. He really does want me." Um, but he's just not here. Like it's embarrassing and humiliating to say that at a certain point, to keep saying like, "Oh, he loves me. He's just not around." Like we feel stupid for that at this point. So again, 20% of us have just moved on with soulmates. The other 80% are still wanting you back, still trying to manifest you back. Still loving you, still doing our best to be patient with you, but we're shifting that energy soon. Where by the end of the year, soulmates are going to come in for many of us, and so if you haven't stepped forward soon, we will probably be ending up with these soulmates instead, just because it's time for us. You know what I mean? It's time for the feminines. That's just the collective energy I feel. It's time for us to have love. It's time for us to have abundance and good things in our life. It's time for us to have this emotional support that we want in the physical world. Um, it's time for us to have someone texting us and saying that they think we're beautiful and wonderful and amazing. And, it's time for sex even, just like many divine feminines they're not having sex because our masculines aren't here doing anything, they're just, like that gets kind of frustrating too. It gets kind of upsetting. It's like I want to feel like my body is wanted, I want to feel like I'm wanted, every part of me. Um, I want, I want someone to be here that's going to see all these things in me and see all these wonderful qualities I have and just, have a relationship with me. So that's where we're at. But again, we really do. It's sad for a lot of masculine twin flames because I don't think I created this video partly as just like a warning, not to put blame on anyone. I don't feel any anger towards my twin flame. He he was in some bad situations and there was a lot of toxic people around him, and I know that he was confused by those toxic people that were around him, and I don't blame him for that at all. I do not feel any anger towards my twin flame. So I hope that this message doesn't come off as angry at all. My intention with this message was just partially just like a warning, it's not an ultimatum, it's just where the energy is currently at. Um and it's just a warning because I really do want to be with my twin flame. I really do want him to be the one. Like, yes, I could be happy with this soulmate, if this soulmate comes in like, this year, like, and for many of us, like, yeah, we could be happy with them, but it's just not the same as it is with our twin flame. And it's like, my twin flame is my other half. He's the one that I want. He's the one that I love. He's the one that has my heart. I just want him to be more careful with my heart. I want him to be more gentle with my heart. And I'm me and many other divine feminines are just, I'm hoping that he steps up. I'm hoping that he makes a brave move. I'm hoping that he says something to me in the physical world, even just hi, how are you doing? Just something to me in the physical world. Um just some sort of movement finally, some sort of clarification finally. I'm just hoping he steps forward before this soulmate does, because if this man comes in that wants to give me everything, wants to be emotionally available and give me everything I deserve, I'm gonna have to take it, because I'm not gonna spend my life waiting for my twin flame to get it together. I'm not gonna spend my life waiting for someone to see me and know me and love me. So for the divine masculines that are watching this, like, we hope you step forward before the soulmates come in. We really do. We would rather be with you than the soulmates. So So please know that you can't push this soulmate out astrally or telepathically either. You can't do spell work to get them out. Um, the only thing that's going to get the soulmate out is for you to come forward now and get here before they do and make an effort in the physical world before this person comes in. You still have the chance to do that. You know, for many of us, like you still have the chance with us. You just have to do it now. Um, there's the time is now. There's just you can't afford to wait anymore if, you know, having a life with us is important to you. And we do love you so much, and we do we're I feel like a lot of masculines think that we're angry, and we're really not that angry. I mean, we're upset and there's anger that comes up, but I'm personally not angry at my twin flame. Um, and I see many of you masculines like with this message that you want to bring in. We know that you want to bring it in. Um, with this message, I see you guys beating yourselves up and you're trying to figure out how you're going to say sorry, if you're going to say sorry. Your pride gets in the way and you think, "Oh no, she should be sorry instead." Like um and you're overthinking this message. Like honestly, so many of us would just be so happy to finally like hear from you in the physical world that we're not going to mind with the messages. We're going to be patient with you. Um, you know, if you owe us an apology or whatever, we if you give us some half-ass apology, but we know you're making an effort and we know that you're trying and it's just hard for you, like we're going to be patient with you. We're going to be gentle with you. Um, we're not going to blame you for things that you did that when you were influenced by toxic people around you. We're not going to blame you for the past. We know that you are becoming a new man right now. We know that you're moving forward right now and you're becoming the person that you want to be, and we admire that about you. We admire your strength and your integrity and your courage that you're stepping into now. um we admire that you're balancing the feminine and masculine qualities within yourself now. We admire all this about you. So again, if you just come forward and you give us a half-ass apology, but we understand totally. Like we know about your pride. I feel like a lot of guys don't realize that we know about it. We know about the pride and the fear, um, and the insecurities too, which are normal. They're a normal part of the human experience. Um, so if we see you making any sort of effort, we're gonna know that you're trying, and we're gonna be patient with you. We're not gonna rush you. We're not going to say you have to get your shit together right away or anything like that. We're going to Just you making an effort is really going to mean everything to us. Just seeing you finally reach out in the physical world would just mean the world to us. Um, and if you don't feel like you can apologize at all and you just say, "Hi, how's your day?" Like that's fine. It's baby steps. You know, we understand the energy that you're in, and we're being patient with you. So we totally get it. But we just need some sort of contact in the physical world finally. And with the, you know, the past secrets, like a lot of you are just holding secrets. We know about that already too. You don't need to worry about us judging you for that. We're really not going to judge you for that. We do understand it. We know that you have a past. And we know that you're still in heavy energy. We know that you're healing and that you're drinking right now and maybe doing drugs right now and maybe going through custody battles right now and maybe going through just pain, like past pains and traumas and just all this very deep energy. We know that for a lot of you, your lives are a complete mess right now. A lot of you might be, you know, again, couch hopping right now is what I'm seeing for some of you. Um, Financial problems, just everything, and we, you know, as your divine other half, we want to get through this with you. Like we're fine with it being messy, you know. Just say hi to us. Just take that baby step in the physical world. You know, instead of going inward and astrally communicating and meditating, stop doing that and just message us in the physical world, even if you just say hi. And for those of you that are, I mean, most of you, you know, it is messy right now, and that's fine. You can message us and you can say, hey, I'm dealing with financial problems. I just lost my house or my job, or I'm dealing with mental health issues. I'm dealing with anxiety, depression. I'm dealing with I'm drinking a lot. I'm doing hard drugs. Like I'm trying to work through it though. Like just thank you for being patient with me. You can say that. You can if for some reason I feel like this doesn't apply to most of you, but maybe a couple of you. For some reason, if you feel like there's just something that you have to do alone, you can still come forward and you can still say that. You can just be forward, be honest with us finally. Just tell us what's going on finally. Just, say like, hey, I have all these issues that are weighing on me that I'm trying to get through. I need to do this alone. I need to get through this alone. Um, Please be patient with me. I do want you in my life. I can't have you in my life right now, but I'm working on it. I'm working on getting through this. Um, I'm working on healing. I'm working on embracing my feminine side. I'm working on being emotional and being real and being open and honest with you. I just don't know how to be. I just haven't been conditioned to be that way. I haven't experienced this kind of relationship before in my past. You're unlike anything I've experienced. Just say it. Whatever the mess is, chances are we've already channeled and picked up on it. So just let us know what's going on. Just say it. But saying that, um like if you feel like you need to get through it alone, that's fine, but for the majority of you, I don't feel like you need to. Like we can handle this mess. We can get through it together. We can support each other. We can have these open, honest, raw discussions. We can heal together. We can join together in the physical realm and heal together and support each other and love each other. So just reach out physically. Send hi, how are you doing? If that's all you can make out, if that's all you've got in you right now, say hi, how's your day? And that's going to mean so much more to your woman than you think it will. It'll mean everything really. And for those of you that do have more in you, write that heartfelt letter, write that heartfelt message. Write about what's been going on in your life. Write about the mess, because we already know about it. We know about the secrets and we understand them. We're not going to reject you or guilt trip you or shame you for your dark past. We forgive you. We understand. We know how heavy and how dark and how emotional this energy is. We know about your drinking problems. Like, we know about all of it. And it's okay. It's okay to come to us when you're not perfect. It's okay to come to us in the middle of your healing process when you haven't fully healed. It's okay to come to us in these messy situations. The point is that we just finally have some physical reunion where we're working through this together finally. Where we're getting through these messy emotions, whatever it is, together, where we're healing together, resting together. Like, we really can handle it, and we just need you to know that. So if you have it in you, just write that heartfelt letter, write it. And we're not, you guys are overthinking it so much right now. I feel you're over analyzing, thinking we can't, thinking that you need to do this before you reach out, or you need to have your own place to live before you reach out, or you need to have your money in order before you reach out, or you need to be sober before you reach out. And you know what? You don't. You can come just as you are. We love you just as you are. We embrace you in this mess that you're in. We embrace all of it. We embrace you just as you are in this moment, and we embrace everything that you're going through in this moment. And we can work through it together, no matter how messy it is. If we're just in physical communication, we can start figuring this out together and moving past it, and growing and getting through this energy together. We just really want to finally be able to support you and be able to talk and just talk in the physical world. And like that whole, like, be patient, like, delaying twin flame reunion, like thinking that you need to thinking that you need to have everything together before you come forward. I feel like that's like lower vibrational, kind of fake positive thinking type of energy that keeps twin flames in separation. You know what I mean? Because it's this constant delay. It's constantly like it's procrastination. It's your subconscious fears that you're thinking that it's, you think it's like, oh, I just want to be stable before I come forward, but reality, I think it's just it's you guys subconsciously sabotaging yourselves and overthinking everything. And it just creates further issues, further delays, further miscommunication. Because there's always going to be something. There's always going to be an addiction. There's always going to be a jealous other person in the picture. There's always going to be something. We just it's okay. We gotta do this together now. Whatever you feel like saying, whether it's messy, emotional, honest, reserved, forward, messy, uh, complicated, sugar-coated, whatever energy it is, the important part is just that you physically reach out and again, stop overthinking it, stop overanalyzing what we're gonna say or how you're gonna say it. Like we just want the communication. We're not really that focused. I mean, some of us are kind of focused on what you're gonna say, but as long as you're communicating, that's we're gonna be patient with you. As long as you're trying, as long as you're saying something to us, as long as there's some sort of like, confirmation, some sort of like physical world connection that lets us know that you do actually really want us, we're gonna keep being patient with you. So the time is now. The time is now to step forward. You don't want to be, you don't want to wait and have, this person's soulmate come in a couple months and end up losing the love of your life because of that. So even if you're not fully ready, like just express that you're not fully ready. Express, say, hey, this is messy and confusing and I have no idea what to make of this. This is all unfamiliar to me. I don't know how to handle this energy. I'm depressed. I'm in heavy energy. Like just say it. Just say it and we will work through it together. We will figure the rest out together. Um, a lot of the feminines right now too are changing jobs and changing careers. So it's not just new soulmates. There's just a lot of new energy in the feminine's life in general right now. There is a lot of us are starting YouTube channels. I just started mine, and there's other feminines I'm talking to that are also starting their own YouTube channels right now. And that's the current energy that we're in, where we're moving forward in our lives. Where be it love, be it relationships, career, money, just in all areas of our life, we are just moving forward, and we're really urging you to catch up to us and just match us and be there with us. Um, and we're also going through a lot of life changes right now, and we are transmuting for you guys as you go through this heavy energy. And again, we love you guys very much. We really do. We're going to be gentle with you. We are going to be vulnerable and open with you. We are going to allow ourselves to fully trust you. We're going to support you through this whole healing process, through the pride and the fear and the ego coming up, and the um even anger, even those kind of emotions, past traumas. Like we're going to support you through all of it. We're going to be holding space and being patient and being there for you through all that emotion, through all that energy up and down, just as long as you're here, as long as you're actually physically talking to us, we're going to keep being patient with you. That's all it takes, is just something in the physical world, just some sort of contact. The time is now for the feminines to have love. The time is now for the feminines to not be alone anymore, to just to have their partners here. The time is now just for that energy to flow forward, So again, baby steps. Just baby steps. Stop overthinking. We forgive you. We've forgiven you already. We really have. We're not worried. I don't care who's right or wrong. I don't care about pride. I don't care about who did this or who did that or who said what or whatever. Like, we don't care about that. We really don't. We just want you here. That's just we just want to talk to you. We just want you here finally. Um and one way or another, we're moving forward now, we're like I said, we're not waiting. We're not staying on this roller coaster forever. So I really hope you guys do get here before the soulmates do. I do hope that you just step up and you just say whatever comes to mind, whatever you feel in your heart to say. Um, Stop beating yourself up. Stop letting your anxiety get the best of you and creating this false dialogue in your head of us getting angry or us getting upset or us not taking you back, because it is just in your head. It is just your fears coming up. Like I said, we do forgive you. We know how messy things are. We still want you just as you are. We do love you unconditionally. So, again, any effort you make in the physical world is going to mean the world to us right now. So, let's pull some cards just to see what your feminines want to tell you. Let me just light this really quick. Oh, I feel like, so these little hooks right here, I feel like for one person watching this, that means that someone has done black magic on you. Don't panic. It's just, I feel like it's only for one person. I don't know who, but for someone watching this, and you would know too, like you would be telepathically picking up on this. Um, or the person might have even told you that they did black magic on you. Like, this is confirmation that yes, there is some black magic that's someone in your life that you're close to has done on you. So that's just for one person. I don't know who, but you'll know if it's you. Okay. I know that was pretty repetitive. I'm not usually quite that repetitive, but that's just the message I keep getting again and again, and I really just wanted to struggle to just wanted to put emphasis on that and make sure that that really sinks in. We accept you just as you are. All right. Can I get a few messages about what the feminines of the masculines that are watching this video, what are the feminines feeling right now? Okay, here we go. I feel like I need to keep these candles up here. I don't want to move them, so... Well, I guess you can't read these anyway, so I'll just read them to you. I got, you hold the key to our reconciliation. Look inside yourself. You know the answer. Which, again, is what I was just saying. Like, you hold the key to reconciliation. Like, you might think that the ball is in the feminine's court, but it's not in her court. It's not her responsibility at this point. It's your responsibility to step forward. It's your turn to make an effort. It's your turn you have the green light to make a move. Like, it's your turn to make an effort here. And you hold the key to reconciling with your feminine. Like, you can have the entire world. It's right in front of you. You just got to open your eyes and realize that you have this with us. Are you dating somebody else, or are you just trying to make me jealous? I notice and it hurts. So some of you might be with karmic partners right now. And it is painful. It is really, it's hard for twin flames to To see you with someone who might be toxic for you, might be hurting you. I'm getting that message for some of you, like that your twin flame might just be seeing you with someone who's just not good for you. Um, they do feel jealous. They do feel pain, and they are hurt. They might, feminine. We have pride too. Like we're not perfect. No one's perfect. We have pride too, for sure. And so many of us probably who might be picking up on many feminines who might be picking up on their masculine twin flame with another woman. Um, they might be pretending like it's not affecting them as much as it is, but this is saying like it is hurting. It does hurt them. I am in a complicated situation. I am distracted by my life circumstances. So I'm in a complicated situation. And I think yeah, things are messy. Things are kind of complicated right now, and they're what they're saying by this distraction is that we're finally focusing on our own lives. We're finally focusing on our careers, on abundance, on having love, on having the things that we want. So we are distracted, and if you want to get our attention, you're not going to be able to do it by astrally communicating all the time. You're going to need to make effort in the physical world if you want to draw our attention back to you. And again, we're not holding I'm not holding any blame for the masculine, because I totally understand that there's societal conditioning, and there's that was unfamiliar for him. I know for sure, and I know it's hard for him to be vulnerable with people. With I'm sure he's been through with so much with people. I know that he has such a good heart, and he has so much empathy that I can just feel when I'm around him. And I know that he's been through a lot of pain. Like I can feel that, and so we're not blaming you. We understand that it's scary at first. We do. We want you to just be scared with us. You know, be scared, be prideful, be stubborn, be confused, be messy, be a mess, but be a mess with us. Like get through it with us together, side by side. Like we've done this in our past lives. We've always gotten through these hard things together, and it's time for us to do that in this life too. Can I get some individual messages for the men or the cross watchers too, if you're a feminine watching this? Can I get some individual messages for those in masculine energy, those resonating with these energies? Can I get some individual messages regarding what their feminine twin flame wants them to know? Okay. I sleep to dream of you. Meet me in the dream world tonight. I will wait for you there. So we want you to know that you are coming up in our dreams. We are communicating the dream world, and we do want more of that. Along with the physical connection, we want more of that as well. The walls between us hurt me too. I want us to break these walls down now, both your walls and my walls. The feminine is just she's wanting to come to this place of just pure openness, honesty, vulnerability. Even if there's some confrontation at first, even if you guys are arguing at first, it's like, okay, well, let's do that together. Let's get through it together. Even if there are some fights at first, like she's just wanting to move past it, no matter how messy it is. She wants this energy moving. She wants, the tower moment, not just for the masculine, but for the relationship itself. Like she wants that whole like just a full end to stagnicity, just that drastic change. She says, I miss you. And she also says, I'm ready to love you the way you deserve to be loved. I am returning. So if your feminine wasn't ready before, it's saying, she's ready now. Okay, let me get some more cards here. Give me just a minute. What kind of shadow work is the feminine doing? Sorry, it's hard to shuffle like this. I'm going to shuffle behind the screens, but once these candles are out, I'll do my future readings, on screen. Um, what kind of energy do we have right now surrounding the feminine? What kind of shadow work is the feminine doing right now? What is she afraid of? What are her insecurities, her doubts, her fears? What's going on with her right now? We have focus. I don't know if you can see that very well. Let me see if I can use this as a. Does that work? Kind of works. Focus. Risk. Self-worth. Oh. Here. Let me pause this while I get this sorted out. We have focus, risk, self-worth, and the moon. And this is about the feminine's insecurities and the feminine's fears. Sorry, once the candles are out of the way, my readings will be a bit more clear. I had to put this. We've got focus, risk, self-worth, and the moon. And this is about her fears. So her fears right now revolve around she doesn't want to be focused on the past. You notice the woman with the arrow in the first picture. She's pointing a target at the past. And her fears right now are she doesn't want to go back to the past. Whatever it was, maybe there was something going on between you guys. It could just be this roller coaster that I mentioned where it's just like there's no communication and it's stagnant and we're not getting anywhere. She could be afraid of that, but if you guys have actually been in union, um, maybe there were some toxic issues, just things that, she wasn't heard, wasn't fully understood, wasn't loved correctly. Or maybe, maybe she made some mistakes as well. Maybe in the past she was a toxic person herself. Maybe she was angry. Maybe she had these issues herself. So she doesn't want to like go back to the past. She doesn't want to focus on the past anymore. She doesn't want to focus on who she used to be in the past. She wants to leave that person behind her and be a new person now. Toxic relationships in the past, she doesn't want that anymore either. She wants a deep romantic real relationship in the physical world now. She doesn't want to live in the past. She doesn't want that past energy anymore. She wants to live in the moment and in the future too. She wants to keep going forward, and like I said, the feminines right now are moving. We are manifesting love in our lives, whether it's with you or it's with this new person. We are finally having the love that we deserve either way. We are changing jobs. We are, for those of us that are doing psychic work, we're stepping into that now. So the feminine is, a little bit afraid of the past coming back, I guess, well, not the past coming back, but basically past energy. She doesn't ever want to go back to who she used to be. She doesn't want to go back to stagnicity. She doesn't ever want to go back to negative toxic relationships. And her fears after that are taking a risk and self-worth. Now this could have been with you or it could have been with someone else, but basically she took a lot of huge risks in the past. She wore her heart on her sleeve. She let herself be vulnerable and open, and it got her hurt a lot. She's got a dark past too, and she's been alone a lot too, and she's been heartbroken so many times, and she's been very sweet and gentle and romantic and vulnerable, and it's probably gotten her walked all over. And so she is scared to take risks, but you know, she's willing to do it for you though. She is. She wants to take these risks for you. She wants to jump. She wants to know that you're going to catch her, because up until now you haven't really told her that you're going to catch her. And so she wants some confirmation. She wants to know that you are going to catch her. She wants to hear you say it. She wants to hear you say something, you know? And so she's she's basically just scared of taking this risk with you, but she's going to. She's pushing past that fear. It is there though, you know, and there are a lot of insecurities from past relationships. I think that the risk card is tied to the self-worth card that comes next. Um, you know, this heartbreak that she's experienced in the past, it kind of has affected her image of herself, of self-worth. She might have been in relationships in the past where she just was abused, or maybe these relationships were just emotionally unavailable, and they really affected her self-worth. You know, she didn't feel like herself with these people. She didn't feel beautiful with these people. And and she's scared of ever going back to that again. She's scared of ever being in situations that would make her have this low self-esteem again. And I think that you're a much better man than these men were. You're much better. You're much even with all the mess, even with all the addiction and whatever else, you're still much stronger, and you're much more empathetic, and you're just much better than the men that she's dated in the past. And so she knows this. She knows that this is a soul connection. She knows it's divine. But again, you know, her self-esteem has been affected negatively in the past, and so she knows that to love anybody, even if it's a soul connection, even if it's real, even if it's the love of her life, she knows to love anybody is a risk, and it does scare her. But, you know, she is pushing past it, and she is allowing herself to be vulnerable and free-spirited and open herself up to abundance and to true love again in a way that she hasn't before. And you know, you're bringing this out in her as well, because you bring out her softer side. You bring out that free-spirited side. You bring out her true colors. You bring out just who she really is. And she does feel very feminine and open and free-spirited and loving with you. And she just wants to stay in that energy. She wants you to be gentle with her heart when she gives you her heart, and be protective of her heart as well. She wants to be able to stay in this free-spirited, vulnerable, open energy and feel like she's safe being this vulnerable with you. She wants you to take control in the right ways, and she wants you to really just step up and allow her this space to be soft and gentle and feminine and feel like she's protected on all levels as she embraces this energy. And then we have the moon card. The moon to me is about intuition. And I feel like this is saying her fears also revolve around her intuition, which makes sense, because when a lot of us go through the awakening process, we do feel like we're going crazy. We do. I've talked to, I mean, I got through it. It was pretty scary going through it by myself, like having all this, my third eye blast open like that. But I've talked to other women too who channel really well, but they always doubt themselves. They always question it. They always think like, oh, I'm just crazy. Like this can't be real. Like when you see the universe for what it really is, like when your third eye opens like that and you become aware that all these spirits, like dragons, you know, angels, fairies, gods and goddesses, all of it is real. You know, it's amazing and beautiful, but it's overwhelming at first. So I think that's referring to the feminines that are maybe going through another awakening process right now. And many of us are. And I think, you know, some of us are just, not me particularly, but I'm sure, you know, this is going to resonate with some of you that are that are watching this video, that some feminines that are going through that process are just kind of afraid of their intuition. They're kind of doubting themselves. They're kind of thinking like, are we really telepathically communicating, or am I just crazy? And she's scared of not being grounded. She's scared of losing herself in that energy. And at the bottom of the deck, I have the reminder card, the message card, and the warrior card. And I'm going to take that to mean that basically they don't want to be reminded of their warrior other half unless he's actually coming forward. Like that's one of their fears, is that they don't want to be reminded telepathically and astrally. Like they don't want to keep having this energy come up. They don't want to keep crying. They don't want to just, keep being pushed together unless this masculine is actually going to step up finally and be here for her. So that's another fear, is that, we don't want to be reminded of the warrior spirit that this man has unless he's going to show us something, unless he's going to really step into that warrior energy and be brave and send us a message. Otherwise we're scared to live in that energy. We're scared to constantly be reminded and just stuck in that past energy, and we want to move forward now. One way or another, we want to move forward. Okay. Let me shuffle these. Yeah, I guess I can shuffle right here so you guys can see me. Okay. What are your feminine's energies regarding your relationship? What does she want? What does she where does she want this to go? What is she hoping for? What is she hoping for right now? What is your feminine wanting right now? Strength. High Priestess of Fire. Hope. So this is regarding your relationship. Okay. She's wanting you to have strength. She's wanting you to have courage to come forward. And she's wanting you. The High Priestess of Fire, I feel, means a couple different things right now. In this reading particularly, it's her and it's also you at the same time. She wants you to see her as this High Priestess of Fire. She wants you to see her as this beautiful, strong, passionate, empathetic, just magical woman that she is. She wants you to see her true spirit. She wants you to see her as she is, as she's your other half. And she's also hoping that you bring this energy in. She's hoping that you have strength, that you have courage, and that that even if her energy intimidates you a little bit, even if, she was a bit more honest and straightforward or raw or vulnerable or romantic or whatever than you're used to, she's hoping you have strength and courage and you step forward anyway. She's hoping that you can handle it. She's hoping um that you can handle her. She's hoping that you can step up and match her energy. She's hoping that she can let that fire burn, that she can let that passion, that romance just be seen, and that you'll still want her, that you'll still have the guts to step up for her. She's hoping that she can just be her true self with you, and that that's not going to intimidate you and scare you away the way that it's scared other men off in the past. So again, and she's also wanting you to come forward with this energy as well in yourself, with this fire, this passion, this romance. She's wanting you to bring that energy forward. She is wanting you to have the strength to just to step up. And the third card we have is hope. So that picture might mean something to you for a few of you. That picture, like that romantic getaway at night. I feel like that's kind of relevant. But she's wanting you to have hope, and she's wanting you to bring this hope into the relationship. She's wanting you to justify the faith that she's had in you. She's probably told her friends about you, and she probably feels kind of silly, and she wants you to justify it. She wants you to justify her faith in you. She wants you to follow through with your promises. She wants you to give her a reason to have hope for your relationship. She wants you to give her some reason to think that, to know that you're going to hold on, that you're going to fight for her, that you're going to make an effort for her. She wants that hope restored, and she can't do it on her own anymore. She needs you to do something. She needs you to make an effort on your part for her to have that hope restored. Are there any final messages? Any final messages? I channel the divine feminines. Come through. If there's any messages for your masculine that you want me to give, come through. We have conclusion, high priestess of spirit, fragment, and then we have lust. I'm sorry that these aren't very clear. I didn't want to move the spell that I had done for you guys yesterday. So if you tune into me and you're following me, readings in the future will be a lot more clear. So I'm going to read these intuitively again. Something, I mean, we talked about this earlier as I was channeling through this video too. Something has concluded, something's come to an end, be it a job, an old relationship. If she was with a karmic partner, that might have ended now. She's leaving the past behind her, and she's coming from this place of spirit, of intuition, of getting in touch with her free-spirited, loving, vulnerable side again. And she's using her intuition to sort of mourn and let go of the past, if that makes any sense. I see the picture and I feel like she's like intuitively letting a lot of things go right now. The next message we have is fragment and lust, and I just felt like drawn to read those two cards together. So I feel like there's some jealousy here. I feel like I'm sensing the energy of someone. I feel like this is for someone specific. I'm not sure who. I'm not in this energy, so I don't really know who this is for specifically. But I feel like it's either you or your feminine. But someone has basically slept around a lot and had all these one night stands or shallow relationships to try to fill a void. Like they feel like they're like a fragment in their soul. Like they feel like they're not whole, and they might have like some sort of like sex addiction, or again, we mentioned like drugs and alcohol. This is kind of like the card reminds me of someone who's just out partying. And I think if this is her energy, if this is your feminine's energy, then she's basically, I think it could go both ways. And it might be go different ways for different people that are watching this. Um, if it's your feminine's energy, she's just saying like, she has had a lot of shallow, lustful relationships in the past that just weren't really based on love. But she's moving past that now. She's the high priestess of spirit now, and she's coming from a more intuitive, loving place at this point. And she just wants to apologize basically if she wasn't herself in the past, if she was partying a lot, and if she was, having these one night stands or whatever, and maybe you found out and you got jealous. Maybe you guys are in separation and she just kind of said fuck it and she started having these one night stands. She's basically saying she's sorry for that. She felt alone. She felt like she just was fragmented. She felt like she wasn't whole, like there was something missing, and she just wanted to feel wanted. She wanted to feel loved. She wanted to feel something. She just wanted somebody here so much, that somebody there so much, that she went with it. So, and she's apologizing for that. She's saying she might not come forward and apologize in the physical world, but she is saying that she is sorry for that. If this is your energy, and what the feminine is saying is that, she knows about the other partners. Like you might think that she doesn't know, but she knows. Um, And she forgives you for it. She does. She's not happy about it, but she understands that you're coming from a place where you know, where you felt alone, and you felt like you were fragmented. You felt like you just needed something. You needed someone there. You just, even if it was just for one night, you needed to be held, to be touched. You just needed love. And she said she doesn't like it, but she understands, and she does forgive you for it, and she does want to work through it with you. Okay, one quick reading after this, and then I'm gonna wrap it up. Ooh. I don't know if this means anything to anybody, but this ruin just came out. So I feel like it's going to be for someone specific. Not sure what that's about. Okay. What does the feminine want the masculine to know regarding her, let's see. And that was just like a general read. What else do you want to say about like your feelings for the masculine? Let's see. Do you have anything else that you want to say regarding your feelings for him, regarding where you're at in your life, regarding what you want in life, what you want out of this relationship? Like, do you have any final messages? What are you feeling? What are you thinking right now? What's going through your head? Where are you at right now? Love. She's thinking about love right now. She is thinking about you. Chaos. Oath. So I think this is, I mean, this is pretty much the same thing as what I channeled earlier is, we have love, chaos, and we have oath. And what she wants you to know is, the same thing that I channeled is, she loves you. She knows it's chaotic. She knows about your dark past. She knows about your dark secrets. She knows your life is a mess right now. She knows about the addiction issues. She knows about all of it, and she still just wants you. And she knows how chaotic it is, but she doesn't mind it as long as you guys are getting through it together and moving past this together. Um, and then we have oath, which for some of you, I feel like it's her basically saying like, like you promised me, whether you telepathically promised or you physically promised, like, you promised me to hold this warrior energy. You promised to protect me. You promised to be here for me. You promised to love me through the good and the bad. And so I want you to do that now. I want you to stick to those promises. I want you to have integrity and step forward for me, step forward for our relationship. If there's toxic people around talking shit, I want you to step forward and to cut them out and to put them in their place and stop listening to them and start listening to your own soul and your heart and your intuition instead. Stop listening to the toxic people around you. Be the man that you really are, stay true to these oaths that you've taken, these promises that you've made your feminine, to protect her, to be there for her, to step up for her, to be her king, her match, king and queen. um and then for some of you, I think it's also I think it's both. I think it's your energy and it's her energy too. And I think that she's basically saying, I know it's messy, chaotic, but I took an oath, and I'm gonna honor that, like I promised you, no matter how dark things get, no matter how messy things get, I'm going to be here for you. I'm going to get through this with you. I'm never gonna leave you. I'm going to be open. I know people have left you in the past, but I'm not going to leave you. I'm going to stay by your side through all the good and all the bad, because you're my other half. You're the person I want, the person I choose. So it's both of you making that oath to each other to just, to love each other. It's a true love oath, basically. Okay. Thank you guys for watching my video. Please comment below. I know this was kind of long, so please comment below and let me know what you thought. Let me know if this resonated with you. Let me know, like, just from the masculine's perspective, let me know what thoughts you have on this video. Comments really do help me because I'm just getting started on YouTube, so I'm still learning and I'm still I'm still practicing on here. So if you're masculine, please comment below. If you're a feminine and you're cross-watching, please comment below as well and let us know what you'd like your masculine to hear. What do you think that they need to know right now? What do you think that they need to know about your feelings, your thoughts, your fears? Comment below. Great. Have a good day, you guys.